Welcome back to the channel, guys. So it has begun. Like Polymega said, they were going to have a huge announcement. I hit them up, I tweeted at them like yesterday, I think it was. Yo, where's that huge announcement at? We were waiting impatiently to hear that you were upgrading the system and it's being delayed. So if you've been following this today, I called it, right? Seriously. I mean, it was kind of obvious. I can't take credit for that. We knew what I put in this tweet was exactly what was going to happen, but this is just ridiculous, man. After their whole tirade, their little hissy fit, their little tussle on Twitter the other week, bitching and talking crap, it doesn't make me like really feel for these guys at all. I'm just seeing this for what it's worth at the moment. But let's take a look at some of their stuff. So here we go. These are their tweets from today. Here was their huge update. This is huge, right? So before we drop the update, we want to thank everyone who has believed in us. Wow. Our team, our partners, our families, and every single one of our pre-order backers who have stuck with us and believed in what we are doing. Tweetstorm, or more like accurately, shitstorm, starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So here we go. Their first update. Just some rather like whatever kind of stuff, right? This thing's going to play with the module-based systems. The disc-based thing can play a bunch of stuff. And then you have, the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega, and all that good stuff. But like I said, it's just emulation, though. It's not FPGA-based, but they're doing an upgrade here. The hardware is finished, but this leads to another issue, though. They're running a powerful 35-watt Intel Coffee Lake S-Series processor, which can be upgraded in the future if necessary. Upgraded to play what? PS4 maybe? What? To support future systems and functionality by authorized service only. So you got to get that authorized service going. You can't just walk in the Best Buy and be like, can you service my Polymega? Unless they're authorized, right? So cool. I mean, whatever. You're upgrading the system. That's the same thing that Atari said with the VCS. We're upgrading the system so to be more powerful. I don't know why this needs to be more powerful to play Super Nintendo games. The disc-based games, it's all just emulator stuff, you know what I mean? So let's see what was next. Update 2. This is the one I think people already knew from their previous tweet about the huge update. Now you can add a huge amount of games to your Polymega library with support of the NVMe, M.2 2280 SSD via expansion port on the underside of the console. Okay, cool. I mean, that's a good thing. SD expansion remains intact up to 1 terabyte. In total, you can install up to 3 terabytes on the Polymega now. But you got to pay for this. It doesn't come with this. It comes with the support for it. 3 terabytes of gaming. This thing is meant for your library of games. They've gone and said, hey, we're not into piracy. We don't, we're not supporting flash carts and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, do you really need 3 terabytes worth of space? And you're going to spend a fortune doing that. But hey, you can't really knock that aspect of it, I guess. It's kind of like, do you need all that for your Super Nintendo stuff? Disc-based stuff, maybe to back it up to the system. But then it's just like, man, I don't know. Fine, I can't really knock them for that. Cool, it's expandable. The disk space is expandable. And then here we go. This is the one that I've been hearing from a lot of people saying, you know what, this is nonsense right here. So update 3, on the eve of the Sega Saturn's 25th anniversary, we are proud to announce we have hit 99% game and 99% HLE BIOS compatibility for the entire Sega Saturn disk library. Full speed. PS1 HLE BIOS is 90+% currently and will be improved further in the coming 2 months. So I've been hearing from a few people that, this is just stuff that Madlittlepixel does, an emulator on PC. And HLE BIOS is just, it's just like a simulated BIOS type of thing. It just makes it so you don't need to get the official BIOS for the system. And that's already built into Madlittlepixel. I'm stumbling on my words. Madlittlepixel. Jeez, I can't speak today, man. But that's already built in, that kind of stuff. So none of this stuff is really revolutionary necessarily, but we still need to see them doing Sega Saturn, swapping discs, doing it live. But that leads us to another tweet later on in the updates. But this is just, like I said, this is not revolutionary stuff that they're announcing. Cool. Some people, I am speaking a little harsh on these guys because just the backpedaling, the aggressiveness they've had in the past, it's just, man, they kind of stopped that. It doesn't seem like they're continuing with that yet. I'm gonna have to dig through some of these tweets later after I finish recording this video to see if they're attacking naysayers or people who are, casting their doubts, because I haven't really looked at replies yet. But I'll take a look at that later. I didn't want to dwell on that right now, but they did kind of seem like they stopped responding in that fashion. But like I said, nothing that they're really announcing is revolutionary for a system that emulates games, a system that does stuff that you can already do with your disc-based games. Like, you can already do this with discs. This isn't something crazy new. Even CD put out their software so you can set up pretty much the same thing. You can get a drive, a disk drive, get the CD software, which is free, get whatever emulators you need to use through it, set that up, get like a Retrode, plug in your carts, boom. You're making the magic happen. You have a Polymega for cheap, right? But let's move on. Update 4, Polymega includes only in-house created, this is just, who cares? Only in-house created or legally licensed software. They're not telling us what is in-house created yet. I have a feeling maybe they're saying Super Nintendo is, but I don't know. But big deal. A lot of companies do this. Either they're, using licensed software emulators and whatnot, or they're creating their own thing. I mean, most of the time it's companies are using licensed or unlicensed software. Let's just be honest. So, hey, at least if this holds true, I mean, why would they tweet that if they're lying? Like, you're not going to lie about using licensed software. At least I hope they're not. You can't knock them for that one, right? They're doing it proper with this emulation device. I know there's been plenty of other emulation devices out there who haven't gotten licenses, and then you have libretro articles. You have people just attacking. So I think they don't want that negativity, so they're going about it the right way. Cool. No big deal. But the other thing they say, emulators are best in class and only one of them could be run on a low power ARM device. So is that like they're taking a knock at like, Raspberry Pi? Like there's only one of the things that this system can do can be done on the Pi, or, because what else would they be talking about? Low power ARM devices, maybe, some Android boxes or something. I don't know. But there is a huge difference, and we'll be posting sound and gameplay samples of all to YouTube next week. Cool. Looking forward to seeing that. Update 5. Another Mednaf. I can't speak today. Jeez, man. Our high quality, this is just another thing that can be already done, essentially. Our high quality SNES emulator. That's why it makes me think, is this the one that they created? I don't know. I mean, they could license stuff, but whatever. Who knows? Their high-quality Super Nintendo emulator has expansion chip support for SA1, Super FX, CX4, DSP1, 2, plus variants are being implemented at the moment. Gameplay samples with lossless audio will be provided soon. Reply with comments of games you want to see. Getting some of that community participation, right? Also, SDD1 is being implemented. What? Okay. Now to the bad news, fellas. The bad news, which is what we knew this whole series of tweets was going to be about. Leading up, getting all that little tiny bit of who cares information. I mean, there's the people who've backed this. They probably care. I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh on the people who are paying for this. I hope you get what you wanted. I hope that the people, because there's people who tried backing out of this. I don't know if they got refunds. Who knows? But, because of the way they started this crowdfunding exploitation project is they, put it up. Their website was, who knows for sure, conspiracy theory or not, their website was just to shit the day they went live. They barely announced right before then or during then, however that timeline was. I'll have to take a look. There are a bunch of notes out there. They announced that the whole system was completely different than what it was the day before. The FPGA stuff's no longer there. It's no longer hybrid emulation, even though nobody knows what the hell hybrid emulation is. that it's just an emulation device. So hopefully the people who stuck with it and they realize what the system actually does and what it's about, I hope they get what they wanted. I mean, I'm not knocking you. As long as you're happy and you're getting what you expected, cool. But if you don't get what you expected, what was originally promised from these guys, flip-flopped. So it's kind of like, you could have really been a little more transparent, quite a bit more transparent about that before you went live with your crowdfunding exploitation there. But hey, it is what it is. But here's the bad news. The 14nm supply shortages are affecting the ship date for the Polymega. We're in line behind a few larger companies, but target is summer for receiving most of the CPUs and ship. Press preview units and pre-orders will be shipped as soon as received. So I'm sure press units will get out there first, maybe slightly before the pre-order units. But guaranteed, they're going to be very, very selective with who they send these things to. They're not looking for, I'm sure they wouldn't mind honesty as far as performance of what the system actually does. But I don't think they want anybody who's going to talk about the missteps, the communication from them, the flip-flopping on the FPGA stuff. They're going to make sure whoever they send these things to don't dwell on that, don't speak on that. So I don't want to say, ass-sucking press or YouTubers. I don't necessarily want to say that, but they are going to be very careful with who they send this thing to for sure, as far as press, preview, review units go. But boom, delayed. I think they might have tweeted again. We're going to have to take a look. This one, cool. This is what we wanted to see. But I'm not going to follow them on Instagram because I don't use Instagram and I don't want to start using Instagram, even though everybody keeps telling me, start using Instagram, bro. It fits what you do. What the fuck is Instagram? I don't even know what it is. I barely figured out what Twitter was not long ago. I barely started using Twitter. Now I'm a twatter. What? But this is the one that, cool. Show us this stuff happening, bro. Update 7. We will be at GDC tomorrow for hands-on press previews of the system. Press previews. Okay. And we'll show all disk systems in action. Saturn, PS1, Sega Mega CD, 32X CD, Neo Geo CD, Turbo CD, PC Engine CD. Follow us on Instagram stories to catch what video is as it's happening. Carts soon after. They're not going to show carts, or they're going to show them soon after, as in soon after they show the CD stuff that day, or soon after as in maybe later down the road. I don't know. Let me click see one new tweet. What else do we got? Update 8, last post. We will be, this is new. I haven't seen this. We will be launching a second round of pre-orders in May. Details forthcoming. Retail pre-order info will be available at that time. Okay, cool. LA Press YouTuber hands-on event in May. I'm not going to be invited to that shit. That's for sure. We will also be at E3 again this year. Thank you all for your support. Okay, yes, I'm very critical of these dudes. Very critical of any crowdfunding campaign when it comes to gaming stuff, because I've been done dirty. Plenty of people have been done dirty. I'm just hoping what they're promising is delivered to those people who know what they're getting, what they pre-ordered. I'm hoping there's still not people who put in their pre-order blindly because of the issues they were having with their website, the lack of communication going into that crowdfunding campaign. I'm hoping there's no people who are still stuck in their mind that this is something that it's not, that it's an FPGA-based system. I'm really hoping that is not the case. If you pre-ordered this with the expectation that you're getting a emulation modular-based system, right? If that was what you have in mind that you pre-ordered, I hope you get a high-quality device. I'll keep following this, seeing what's going on, but really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Smash that like button, subscribe, make sweet-ass Polymega love to that notification bell. Bah, right? And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom.